So tomorrow I will officially start medical school. I've never been so thankful to be in a position in my life as I am to be starting medical school. It really doesn't seem real. I'm really trying to be more reflective, but it's hard to reflect on something that doesn't feel real whatsoever. It's sort of a weird feeling of where I've been thinking about this moment of starting medical school and officially saying I am in medical school. I'm in the middle of it. I'm learning things. I've been thinking about it for so long and wondering if it's going to happen and how long it's going to take to happen, and am I going to have to apply multiple cycles, but knowing that it was in my future, knowing it's going to happen. And I haven't spent much time giving much thought to what it's actually going to be like once I get there. And so now I'm basically there. It'll be less than 12 hours until I'm officially started med school and had my first medical school class. And even though it's just an introduction class, it's not really learning too much, but I'll be in it. And it's sort of a weird, surreal feeling of you set these dreams and you have this plan, and it's sort of, I'm quoting Joker from The Dark Knight. I'm like a dog chasing cars. I don't actually have a plan for if I catch it. I'm just doing things and knowing that's what I'm supposed to do. I might be paraphrasing that wrong. So I've always just known I'm supposed to go to medical school, and I know that my purpose in life is to be an orthopedic surgeon and serve others through that way. But I haven't given much thought to the actually being in medical school and what that's going to feel like, and that responsibility and that joy and that nervousness. And so I have a decent amount of feelings, but it's more just surreal. And there's a little bit of nervousness of, am I going to love it as much as I think I'm going to love it? Am I going to even like it? Am I going to be frustrated by things? Am I going to be engaged? I really wonder how much I'm going to have the similar feelings of I've had in undergrad of sort of like, when am I ever going to use this? This will never be used throughout my career, because I'm going into medical school with the intention of going into orthopedic surgery. And I think that I'm just going to be so excited about learning any topic whatsoever, even if it is something that I'll never use directly in my career. I really want to be a doctor that is well versed in as many areas of medicine as possible. And so I might run into the problem of trying to learn everything too much, and I have to let go and understand that I'm never going to learn everything because there's just too much to learn in literally 1 year. And so I'm going to have to let that go a little bit. But I have this initial excitement of, I can't wait to learn everything. And I hope that doesn't transition into all right, there's all this stuff that I'll never use anyway, and I feel like I'm wasting my time and I don't want to learn any of this stuff. So I really hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that will happen, but that's a worry. I don't really have any concerns yet about failing or being good enough or any of that stuff. I have enough confidence in my own abilities that I don't think I'll struggle, but I don't know if it's going to be as easy as I think it's going to be or as hard as I think it's going to be. I'm curious to find that out. So it's not a nervous, it's just a curious. I don't know. It's not a fear of the unknown. It's an excitement of the unknown. And there's a lot I have to find out, because I'm really going into medical school not knowing much about medical school. I obviously don't know much about being a doctor, and there's millions of topics I know little about, but even the mechanics of how classes are going to be run, especially with it being online, there's so much I don't know. So I'm just sort of looking forward to it a little bit with a little bit of hesitation of, I hope they pull together an online curriculum well, because I know that's hard to do, but also they tend to have the classes set up that people watch the lectures online for the most part anyway. Even when class is in person, a lot of people, the majority of people, go and watch the lectures immediately after they're recorded and posted online, just so they can watch them faster. And I really don't know what my schedule is going to be like in a day-to-day yet. I want to get up in the morning, I want to go run, I want to read the Bible, and then I want to study for a block of time and sort of treat it like a job, and then be able to work out and eat dinner and then come home and just sort of relax and do something for myself, like do reflective YouTube videos and just make YouTube videos for you if you have anything you'd like me to make, and just enjoy myself and have that downtime. I have no idea if that's going to happen or not. There's a lot of unknown related to that, and I'm curious to see what happens. I also am curious to find out what studying will look like for me. I will probably do a separate video on this, so make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned to hear more about this. But I don't know what my study schedule is going to be like, or my study habits more specifically. That in undergrad, I really was able to get away with just sort of studying the night before or morning of, especially towards the end, mostly morning of an exam, and that's it, and that's all I had to do. And so I know that's not going to be my strategy going into medical school, and I sort of have a plan laid out, and I'm not as much worried about the plan. I'm just curious to see what a year from now, what I will look back and laugh at myself of what my initial plans were of studying and how wrong I was. Or maybe I'll look back and say, wow, I got lucky and had a pretty good plan from the start. So it's sort of just a lot of unknowns and excitement at finding out, a little bit of nervousness, of unsureness. But that's to be expected. I'm starting something very new, and should always be a little bit of excitement at the unknown and a little bit of hesitation and caution at the unknown. But you definitely want to lean towards excitement rather than nervousness of the unknown. That's one of the greatest joys of life, is being able to experience new adventures and new things and new experiences and venture into that unknown. That's the hero's journey. That's what every person is called to in their life, to what I believe is have the most full life possible. You have to at some point go on an adventure to really discover who you really are. And going on an adventure doesn't mean go traveling to some foreign land and climbing a mountain by any means. That might just be pursuing the career you're always meant to pursue, or the relationship you're always meant to pursue. That could be your adventure, but have excitement when you do it and embrace the unknown and the uncertainty. And so my adventure that I'm just starting is my journey to be a doctor. And right now I'm just excited and so thankful for it. And it might just be, I'm so thankful it doesn't feel real, because I've never been so thankful to be in a position in my life as I am to be starting medical school at Duke University, which was my dream school a year ago, and something I was too even afraid to dream of. I was too afraid to get my hopes up too much, even though I should have had more faith in myself, but I was afraid to think that it could actually happen, for fear of letting myself down. And so now I'm here. This is really real. I'm starting medical school tomorrow. That being said, questions, comments, or concerns, I'd love to hear about them down below. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications to join me on this journey and stay notified. If you could like the video to help the YouTube algorithm, that'd be really appreciated. Until next time, don't be ordinary, go be great.